Okay, let's just dive right in. We are living through an AI revolution. It's a technology that promises to change, well, literally everything. But, and this is a big but, it also comes with some really serious risks that we absolutely cannot afford to ignore. So today, we're going to break down exactly what those risks are. And that brings up this huge question, doesn't it? Is AI going to be our greatest tool ever, or is it our biggest threat? The truth is, it's kind of both. And that's precisely why understanding the potential dangers is so critical right now. On one hand, you've got these incredible revolutionary advancements that could solve some of humanity's biggest problems. But on the other hand, it presents some really significant risks. It's the classic double-edged sword, right? So let's get a crystal clear picture of the dangers we really need to be watching out for. We're going to start with the dangers that hit closest to home, the ones that can impact our personal, digital lives, maybe every single day. First up is something I think we all worry about: privacy. These powerful AI systems can collect and analyze just massive amounts of our personal data, a lot of the time without us even knowing it's happening. And look, this isn't just about getting weirdly specific ads. It's about building these incredibly detailed profiles of who we are, what we do, what we think. And then there's the absolute explosion of disinformation. AI makes it scarily easy to create super convincing fake content and then just spread it like wildfire across the internet. We're not just talking about fake news anymore. This is about full-on manipulation of public opinion, and it can even be used to stir up some serious social chaos. But, there's a more subtle risk here, one that really gets inside our own heads. The more we interact with AI systems, the more they can quietly influence our behavior, maybe even our thoughts, and often in ways we don't even notice. That's a little unsettling, right? These personal risks are really just the tip of the iceberg. So now let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, the threats that AI poses to our society as a whole. A huge societal risk is something called algorithmic bias. See, an AI learns from the data we feed it. So if that data is biased, and let's be honest, our world has biases, the AI will be too. It might even amplify them. And this isn't just some techie problem, it leads to very real-world discrimination in everything from who gets a job interview to who gets approved for a loan. On top of that, you've got the economic impact. As AI automates more and more jobs, it could leave a lot of people behind. And if we're not careful, if we don't plan for this, it can make the gap between the haves and the have-nots much wider. And then there are the direct attacks. They're called adversarial threats, which is basically when people intentionally trick an AI into making a mistake to cause harm. Imagine someone fooling the sensors on a self-driving car or manipulating a financial algorithm to crash the market. It's a scary thought. So we've gone from personal risks to societal ones. Now let's go even bigger. Let's look at the global threats, the kinds of dangers that could disrupt the entire world. Okay, one of the absolute scariest possibilities is a catastrophic failure of a critical system. Just imagine an AI that's controlling our power grid, or our financial markets, or air traffic control, suddenly going haywire. The consequences would be, well, they'd be devastating. AI could also be turned against our planet. It could be used to automate environmentally destructive industries, or maybe to find new, more efficient ways to exploit natural resources, potentially leading to a real ecological disaster. And finally, we have to talk about the weaponization of AI. We're talking about autonomous weapons, drones, robots that can make life or death decisions without any human oversight. This opens up a massive can of ethical worms and the terrifying risk of conflicts escalating way beyond our control. So from our personal data to the fate of the entire planet, the risks of AI they're everywhere. It's becoming pretty clear that navigating the future with this technology is one of the most complex challenges humanity has ever faced. And this really brings us to the most important takeaway of all this. We have to understand these dangers. We can't just cross our fingers and hope for the best. We need to be actively working on solutions right now to make sure that AI is developed safely and responsibly. Which leaves us with a question for all of us, really. As AI gets more and more powerful, how do we make absolutely sure that it's always working for us and not against us? The future of humanity might actually depend on how we answer that question.